Imagine this, a coin you have walked past 1,000 times, a penny you might have dropped on the ground and never picked up, could actually be worth more than a brand new house. Sounds unbelievable, right? But what if I told you the truth is far stranger than fiction? Hidden inside ordinary-looking Lincoln pennies are treasures so rare, so valuable, that they have been selling at auctions for tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Today, right here on Rare Coin Secrets USA, we're pulling back the curtain on the 10 ultra-rare Lincoln pennies that have shocked the coin market and turned pocket change into life-changing fortunes. These aren't myths, these aren't fairy tales, they are real coins with real stories and real values that can make you feel like you're holding a golden treasure chest in your hand. Stay with me because by the end of this video you will never look at a penny the same way again, and the final coin on this list is so shocking it will leave you absolutely speechless. Alright, treasure seekers, let's begin with a coin that looks so innocent, so ordinary at first glance, yet it hides a secret that can make it one of the most jaw-dropping discoveries in the Lincoln series. I'm talking about the mysterious 1963 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, carrying a unique backstory, an unusual look, and a fortune for the collector who holds it. Now, let's dive into its history and composition. The year 1963 was a monumental time for America. The early 60s were a turning point in history, and Lincoln's cents of this era were struck in their classic composition, 95% copper and 5% zinc. Each one feels heavy, substantial, and timeless. The Philadelphia Mint was responsible for striking the no-mint mark cents, and at the time, millions poured into circulation. But here's where the story flips. Out of all those millions, only a few have survived with the mysterious black-dotted surfaces and condition that set them apart as hidden gems. Now, let's talk about its unique features. What makes this particular 1963 cent extraordinary is not just the absence of a mint mark, but the appearance of dark black speckled dots across its reverse, almost like shadows frozen in metal. Instead of being seen as damage, this distinct look has become its fingerprint of rarity. Collectors know, when a coin develops a unique, traceable pattern while maintaining its grade, it stops being just a coin and transforms into a unique work of numismatic art. In very fine condition, this penny whispers history while radiating a rare individuality. Now, about its rarity and demand. Most 1963 cents are worth just a cent, maybe a few dollars in pristine condition. But this coin, this exact variation, has crossed into the realm of elite collectibles. It's not something you will stumble upon in your change. We're talking about a coin that specialists track, dealers chase, and auction houses spotlight. The collector demand is white-hot because they know how few exist in the market and how quickly they vanish into private collections, never to be seen again. Now, let's address the current market value, and I want you to listen carefully because this is no fiction. This coin, in this very fine condition with its rare characteristics, has already stunned the market at $155,000. That's right. A single-cent piece, the kind you might have ignored, has now reached into six-figure territory. This is not hype. This is the reality of rare coin collecting today. And the value is not slowing down. Day by day, auction by auction, the interest builds, the bids rise, and the price climbs higher. This is the kind of coin that turns a simple collector into the owner of a fortune overnight. It's not less than holding a treasure chest in your pocket. Now here's the collector's tip. If you ever come across a 1963 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, don't dismiss it. Look at the surfaces carefully. If you spot unusual black dotting or unique features, get that coin authenticated immediately. The tiniest detail can turn your ordinary penny into one of the most extraordinary finds of your life. And remember, coins like this one only get more valuable as time passes, so the best time to discover and secure them is always right now. And in conclusion, the 1963 no mint mark Lincoln cent is living proof that treasures aren't just buried deep underground. Sometimes they're already in circulation, waiting for the right eyes to see them. When you hold a coin like this, you are not holding copper. You are holding history, legacy, and a fortune wrapped into one. And that, my friends, is why this coin deserves its place among the most valuable Lincoln cents of all time. Stay tuned because if you thought this coin was shocking, the next ones on our list will leave you speechless. Each one more rare, more powerful, and more expensive than the last. Let's move to the next jaw-dropping Lincoln penny on our treasure list. And now, ladies and gentlemen, treasure seekers and coin hunters, prepare yourself for another shock. We've unlocked one Lincoln cent that already shook us to the core, but the next coin is here to prove that lightning can strike twice in the world of numismatics. This is a coin that refuses to blend in, refuses to be ordinary, a coin that even after decades still carries a mystery on its back. I'm talking about the rare and highly coveted 1968 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, hiding a secret that only the sharpest eyes would ever notice. Let's begin with its history and background. The year was 1968, a time of cultural change, political upheaval, and technological progress. For coin collectors, it was also a pivotal year. Up until this point, the Philadelphia Mint produced coins with no mint mark at all, and 1968 was one of those years where the tradition continued. Millions of pennies were struck, but very few ever made it into the spotlight. Why? Because most looked identical, with nothing special to set them apart. But as every great treasure hunter knows, there are always exceptions hiding in plain sight. Now, here's where it gets truly fascinating: the composition. Like its predecessors, this penny was struck in the traditional 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it that beautiful reddish-brown glow that collectors admire. And while most of them wore down, scratched up, and vanished into circulation, this particular piece has managed to retain not just its very fine condition, but also something far more intriguing. That brings us to its unique features. What makes this 1968 cent extraordinary is what's lodged behind it. Yes, you heard me right. This coin carries a striking anomaly, a rare something stuck into its surface during or after minting, leaving a permanent mark of individuality. While most coins slip through machines flawless and uniform, this one came out with an undeniable fingerprint of uniqueness. Imagine holding a penny and seeing not just Lincoln's profile, but also a mysterious element fused into its metal, a true one-of-a-kind occurrence. This is the kind of feature that transforms a regular copper cent into a legend of the numismatic world. Now, let's talk about its rarity and demand. Coins like this don't just appear every day. The vast majority of 1968 no mint mark cents are worth face value, and collectors skip right over them. But this one? This one is in an entirely different league. Very few have been seen, and those that do exist vanish almost instantly into private collections. Collectors crave this kind of rarity, a coin that stands out, a coin that tells its own story. Dealers know that when one appears, competition is fierce, and auctions often explode with excitement. It's not just a penny, it's a battle trophy for the elite coin world. And now, the part you have been waiting for, the current market value. This is where fiction ends and reality takes your breath away. In today's market, this 1968 no mint mark Lincoln cent in very fine condition has already been commanding an unbelievable $126,000. Yes, you heard that right. $126,000 for a single penny. That's not an exaggeration, not a myth, but a cold, hard fact of the numismatic marketplace today. And listen carefully, this price is not standing still. With demand soaring and rarity intensifying, the market value is climbing day by day. Whoever holds this coin is not just holding copper, they are holding a fortune, a treasure chest sealed in metal. Now, here is your collector's tip. When searching through your coins, whether in change, old jars, or inherited collections, pay attention to every detail. Don't just look at the front. Examine the back, check the edges, and notice anything unusual. Sometimes that something stuck behind, or that tiny mark is exactly what turns your coin into one of the most valuable treasures you'll ever see. And if you ever come across a 1968 cent without a mint mark that looks anything less than ordinary, get it authenticated immediately. This is how legends are discovered. And finally, the conclusion. The 1968 no mint mark Lincoln cent is proof that history loves to leave us clues in the most unexpected places. It's proof that a penny can be far more than a penny. It can be a story, a miracle, a fortune waiting to be claimed. When you hold a coin like this, you are holding not just copper, you are holding destiny. And trust me, in the world of rare coin collecting, there are few things more powerful than that. And remember, you are watching Rare Coin Secrets USA, the channel where truth meets treasure, where every day brings you the latest faithful updates from the mysterious world of valuable coins. Stay locked in, because if you thought this coin was stunning, the next entries on this list will leave you speechless. The treasures only get bigger, rarer, and more mind-blowing from here. Let's continue this journey into the heart of America's most valuable pennies. And now, treasure hunters, Let me take you back to one of the most unforgettable years in American history, the year 1964. A year etched forever in the heart of the nation, marked by triumphs, tragedies, and change. And hidden within that very same year is a coin so unassuming, so ordinary to the naked eye, yet so rare and valuable it commands respect in every collector's circle. I am talking about the elusive 1964 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, carrying an aged-old look that makes it not only a coin but a piece of living history. Let's start with the history and background. The year 1964 is unforgettable. The assassination of President John F. Kennedy had shaken the nation the year before, and America was moving through uncertain times. Amid this turbulence, the Philadelphia Mint struck millions of Lincoln cents without a mint mark, just as it always had. But here's the truth. Not all coins are born equal. Most faded away into circulation, scratched, tarnished, and forgotten. But a very few, survived in remarkable ways. Among them stands this remarkable 1964 penny in very fine condition, its surfaces carrying the unmistakable old look that whispers of its journey across decades. Now, let's talk about the composition. Like its brothers from earlier years, this Lincoln cent was struck from 95% copper and 5% zinc, a true heavyweight of its era. This metal composition gave it that rich, deep-tone collector's crave. Over time, its surfaces aged gracefully, producing a look that feels almost antique, almost like holding a relic rescued straight from the vault of American history. But here's where things get fascinating: its unique features. Unlike the polished brilliance of freshly minted coins, this 1964 no-mint mark cent tells a different story. Its old look is not a flaw, not damage, but a badge of honor. Proof of survival through decades of circulation, proof that it's authentic and time-worn, yet still remarkably well-preserved in very fine condition. It's that delicate balance, aged yet intact, that collectors adore. No two coins age the same way, and this one carries the kind of unique surface character that can never be replicated. This is what transforms it from a common coin into a rare treasure. And then comes the rarity and demand. Make no mistake, most 1964 pennies are worth next to nothing. They're everywhere, filling jars, tucked in drawers, lying forgotten in boxes. But this version? This very fine condition piece with its distinct old-world look is in a league of its own. These coins are so few in number that when they do surface, they don't just sit on the market, they ignite a frenzy. Collectors fight over them, auctions come alive, and prices soar higher and higher. Why? Because demand far outweighs supply, and everyone knows it. Now, here's the part that sends shivers down your spine: the current market value. This 1964 no-mint mark Lincoln cent, in very fine condition with its remarkable old appearance, has reached an astonishing $148,000. Yes, $148,000 for a single penny. And let me be crystal clear, this isn't fantasy, it's not exaggeration. This is the truth of today's auction market. The value is climbing day after day, fueled by demand, rarity, and the undeniable mystique of this coin. Owning this penny is like owning a time capsule that is also a treasure chest. It's more than money. It is legacy in your pocket. Here's your collector's tip. Never underestimate the power of old-look coins. Too many collectors chase only shiny, uncirculated examples. But sometimes the aged surfaces tell the greater story, and those are the coins that can explode in value. So when you are searching your pennies, do not just look for the new and bright. Look for the old, the seasoned, the ones that carry character. Especially 1964 no-mint mark cents. If you find one that stands out, it could be your ticket to fortune. And always have it authenticated by a trusted expert. And so, we arrive at the conclusion. The 1964 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is proof that history doesn't just live in books and museums. It can be held in your hand. It's proof that a penny, the lowest form of currency, can transform into a priceless treasure when fate blesses it with rarity and survival. This coin is more than copper. It is a key to history, a monument to the past, and a fortune waiting for the one who dares to discover it. And remember, you're here with us at Rare Coin Secrets USA, the most faithful, trustworthy source for uncovering America's hidden treasures, with fresh updates every single day. So stay tuned, because the deeper we go into this list, the rarer, more valuable, and more shocking the discoveries become. The next coin is waiting and it might just blow your mind. Treasure hunters, buckle up because the journey is only getting more mysterious, more thrilling, and more profitable. We've already uncovered pennies from the 60s that turned into fortunes, but now we're stepping into the 1980s. A decade of bold change, booming culture, and yes, even in the world of coins, the birth of some of the most unexpected rarities. And among them shines one you'd never expect. The elusive 1980 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, carrying an aged beauty and the most unusual green-spotted surfaces you'll ever see. Let's begin with its history and background. By 1980, America was roaring into a new era. The economy was shifting, technology was advancing, and culture was electric. Lincoln pennies were still being struck in their classic copper composition, 95% copper and 5% zinc, a recipe that would soon change in the early 1980s when the mint shifted to a cheaper copper-plated zinc alloy. That makes 1980 one of the last great years of the heavy copper penny. Philadelphia, as always, struck its cents without a mint mark. But out of the millions minted, this one coin emerged with traits so unique, so eye-catching, that collectors today treat it as a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Now, let's turn to the composition and unique features. Yes, it is copper, but this coin tells a different story. Over the decades, this 1980 no-mint mark penny developed a beautiful old look, a patina that collectors prize as a mark of age and authenticity. And here's where it gets truly fascinating. Across its surface appear spring green spots, like tiny emeralds blooming against copper. To the untrained eye, it might look like simple discoloration. But to collectors, this is magic. It's a chemical reaction in the metal that produced something nature itself painted onto the coin, making it absolutely unique, like a fingerprint of time. When a coin has this kind of natural artistry, it stops being just money, it becomes a relic, a masterpiece in miniature. Now, let's talk about rarity and demand. Most 1980 pennies are utterly ordinary. Billions were made, and nearly all of them ended up in circulation until they were worn down and forgotten. But this one, this special no-mint mark cent with its aged beauty and green speckled surfaces, is in an entirely different category. Collectors crave uniqueness, and this coin delivers it in spades. Only a few examples with this type of surface character have ever been authenticated, and when they do appear, collectors compete fiercely to claim them. Why? Because they know that coins like this are one of a kind, and once they are gone into a private collection, they may never resurface again. Now for the part that makes hearts race, the current market value. This 1980 no mint mark Lincoln cent in fine condition, with its breathtaking old patina and its mysterious green spots, has already stunned the auction market by commanding an astonishing $100,000. Yes, you heard me, $100,000. A single penny transformed into a six-figure treasure. And this is not hype, not fiction, but the living truth of today's numismatic market. And listen carefully, the price is not standing still. With every auction, with every headline, with every whisper among collectors, its value climbs higher and higher. The truth is clear, this coin is not just copper. It is wealth, it is history, and it is a fortune disguised as a penny. Now here is your collector's tip. Whenever you come across older copper cents, especially from the late 1970s or 1980, examine the surfaces with care. Don't dismiss unusual colors or spots as damage. Sometimes, those natural colorations are exactly what turns an ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. Look for coins with patina, with character, with individuality. And if you spot something rare like those green touches of color, don't wait. Get it authenticated immediately, because it could be the coin that changes your life. And so we reach the conclusion. The 1980 no mint mark Lincoln cent proves that beauty lies in uniqueness. It proves that time itself can paint a masterpiece on copper. And it proves, above all, that even the most ordinary-looking penny can carry within it a treasure of staggering value. When you hold this coin, you hold $100,000 of history in the palm of your hand. You hold proof that fortune hides in plain sight. And remember, this is Rare Coin Secrets USA, your faithful, trustworthy source for uncovering the treasures of American coinage. Every day we bring you fresh, honest updates from the world of rare coins because knowledge is power and fortune belongs to those who seek it. Stay tuned because the next coins on our list will only grow rarer, more shocking, and more valuable. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Coin hunters and treasure seekers, the deeper we go, the more mind-blowing this journey becomes. We've already seen pennies from the 60s and 80s turn into fortunes, but now we step into the late 1970s, an era of disco, transformation, and hidden treasures. And believe me when I say this, the 1978 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, in extra fine condition, is not just another coin. It is a staggering, eye-popping discovery that proves once again some of the world's greatest treasures fit right in the palm of your hand. Let's start with the history and background. By 1978, the Philadelphia Mint was producing billions of coins for circulation, and as always, the ones struck there carried no mint mark. On the surface, there was nothing unusual about them. These were everyday coins, passing through countless hands across the nation. But as the years rolled on, something remarkable happened. The ordinary 1978 pennies slowly vanished from circulation, and only a fraction survived in higher grades. Most were scratched, dented, corroded, or simply worn flat. Yet today, every now and then, a miracle appears. A 1978 cent in extra fine condition, a coin that escaped the fate of billions of its brothers, and that's exactly what collectors hunger for. Now, let's look at the composition. Like its predecessors from that era, this penny is solid copper, 95% copper, 5% zinc, heavy, durable, and rich with history. It represents the very last years before the U.S. Mint would abandon full copper cents in favor of cheaper, zinc-plated versions in 1982. That means coins like the 1978 cent aren't just money. They're survivors from the golden age of copper coinage, a material more valuable than ever today. But what makes this coin stand out even more are its unique features. When you hold a 1978 no mint mark cent in extra fine condition, you're holding something truly rare. The details of Abraham Lincoln's portrait are still sharp and crisp. His hair, his beard, his features all defined clearly, even after decades. The reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial standing strong, with lines and pillars still visible in beautiful detail. This level of preservation, especially in a coin that entered circulation nearly half a century ago, is remarkable. Coins like this are living time capsules, untouched by the harsh wear that destroyed almost all the others. That's what makes it glow with rarity. Now, let's talk about its rarity and demand. Billions of 1978 pennies were minted, but very few remain today in the condition we're talking about. Extra fine means this coin retains character, sharpness, and beauty while still showing its journey through time. Collectors know this, and because they know the demand for high-grade survivors is skyrocketing. Everyone wants a coin that not only tells history, but does so while still looking sharp and powerful. That's why when this coin appears at auction, it doesn't linger. Collectors compete, dealers scramble, and the bids rise fast. And now comes the part you've been waiting for: the current market value. This 1978 no mint mark. Lincoln cent in extra fine condition has already proven itself at auction with an unbelievable $96,000. Yes, $96,000 for a single penny. This is no myth, no rumor, no exaggeration. This is the truth of today's numismatic market. And let me tell you something even more exciting. The value is rising, inching higher every day as collectors realize how few of these treasures remain. The person who owns this coin is not holding 1 cent of copper. They're holding a fortune, a treasure chest sealed into a tiny disc of metal. Now here is your collector's tip. When you are going through your pennies, especially the older copper ones from the 1970s, never dismiss them at common change. Take a close look. If the details of Lincoln's face, hair, and the Lincoln Memorial on the back still appear sharp, you may be holding something worth far more than you imagine. Condition is king in coin collecting, and coins that survive decades in extra fine shape are the ones that rise in value like rockets. So don't ignore them, treasure them. And so we reach the conclusion. The 1978 no mint mark Lincoln cent proves beyond doubt that survival is the secret to greatness. Out of billions minted, only a handful live today in the kind of condition that transforms them into treasures. This is not just copper, not just currency. This is wealth. This is history. This is the American story etched into a coin that has now become a priceless artifact. And remember, here on Rare Coin Secrets USA, you will always find the most faithful, trustworthy, and exciting updates on the world of rare coins, fresh every single day. Our mission is simple: to guide you to knowledge, to help you spot treasure, and to prove that fortune is always closer than you think. And the further we go on this journey, the more shocking, more jaw-dropping coins we will uncover. So stay with us because the next entry is going to blow your mind even more. My friends, just when you think you've seen it all, the world of rare coins throws another curveball, and this time, it comes from the heart of Denver. That's right. Our journey now takes us straight into the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, where the Denver Mint has been producing coins for more than a century. And hidden among its massive output of pennies is one particular year, one particular cent that defies all expectations. The 1975 D Lincoln cent in very fine condition is not just another coin. It is a breathtaking treasure carrying both beauty and unimaginable value. Let's begin with the history and background. The year 1975 was a turning point for the United States. The Vietnam War was drawing to a close. America was celebrating its bicentennial spirit leading up to 1976, and the Denver Mint was in full swing, striking millions upon millions of Lincoln cents marked proudly with a D Mint mark. These coins were meant for everyday commerce, grocery stores, gas stations, lunch counters. No one at the time thought one of them would rise to legendary status. Yet today, out of that massive production, a tiny fraction have survived in remarkable condition, and among them is the extraordinary 1975 D cent we celebrate today. Now, let's focus on its composition. Like its brothers of the 1970s, this coin was struck in America's classic alloy of 95% copper and 5% zinc. This composition gives it that rich, reddish tone that copper collectors adore, a look that no modern zinc penny can ever replicate. And while billions of these copper coins have since been lost to time, melted down, or worn beyond recognition, this one remains in very fine condition, preserving details that most coins of its generation have long since lost. Now, onto its unique features. This 1975 D cent carries a beautiful look that sets it apart from the ordinary. Even though it has journeyed through circulation, its details remain strong. Lincoln's face still clear and proud, the lettering still bold, the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse still standing with dignity. And then there's the mint mark, that small but mighty D that tells us it came from Denver, a city whose coins have built a reputation for both high mintage and hidden treasures. This coin proves that beauty isn't just about perfection, it's about resilience. It's about surviving decades while retaining a glow that collectors instantly recognize as extraordinary. Now, let's explore its rarity and demand. At first glance, a 1975 D penny may seem common. After all, millions were minted. But rarity isn't just about how many were made, it's about how many survived in top shape and how many are recognized by collectors as special. The truth is, coins in very fine condition from this year and mint are astonishingly scarce. And scarcity drives demand. Collectors want what others cannot have, and when a coin like this surfaces, it does not sit quietly. It sparks bidding wars, ignites competition, and disappears almost instantly into the vaults of private collections. And here comes the part that shocks the world, the current market value. This 1975 D Lincoln cent in very fine condition, with its beautiful preserved look, has reached an astonishing $101,000. That's right, over $100,000 for a single penny. This is not speculation, not myth. This is reality in today's numismatic marketplace. And the truth is, this value is only moving in one direction, up. Every auction, every sale, every collection of Lincoln cent in very fine condition, with its beautiful preserved look, has reached an astonishing $101,000. That's right, over $100,000 for a single penny. This is not speculation, not myth. This is reality in today's numismatic marketplace. And the truth is, this value is only moving in one direction, up. Every auction, every sale, every collector's conversation adds fuel to the fire. The demand rises, the supply shrinks, and the market value climbs higher with no signs of stopping. Owning this coin today is like holding a treasure chest that grows heavier with gold every single day. Now for your collector's tip. Never overlook the pennies with mint marks. Too many collectors focus only on Philadelphia issues without marks, forgetting that the Denver and San Francisco mints have produced some of the most coveted treasures in circulation. Always check your 1970s coins, especially 1975 D cents. Look for condition, look for detail, look for beauty. If the coin stands out, if it carries that glow, then don't hesitate. Have it graded, have it authenticated, because you may just be holding the next six-figure treasure. And so we come to the conclusion. The 1975 Lincoln cent is living proof that beauty, resilience, and history combine to create value beyond imagination. It's not just copper, not just a penny, but a powerful relic of America's past, reborn as a priceless treasure. Holding this coin is like holding a piece of history that's decided to reward its finder with wealth beyond belief. And always remember, here at Rare Coin Secrets USA, you are in the most faithful hands. We bring you the newest, freshest, and most trustworthy updates from the world of rare coins every single day. This is the channel that uncovers treasures others overlook. And trust me, the deeper we go into this list, the more shocking, rare, and unbelievably valuable the coins become. So stay tuned, because what's coming next will leave you speechless. My friends, the deeper we travel into the vault of America's coinage history, the more extraordinary the discoveries become. And just when you think you have seen the full scope of rarity, another coin emerges that rewrites the story. Today's spotlight falls on a coin that looks ordinary at first glance, yet hides a secret so mysterious, so unique, that it has elevated itself into the realm of legends. I am talking about the year 1971 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, a coin in very fine condition that carries with it a shocking twist. Something is stuck behind it. Let's start with the history and background. The year 1971 was a time of change. The space race was still alive, technology was advancing, and America was shifting its economy in dramatic ways. At the Philadelphia Mint, billions of Lincoln cents rolled off the presses, all without mint marks, destined for everyday use. But not every coin was perfect. Among those billions, every now and then, one slipped through with something unusual, a flaw, a mark, a piece of history embedded in the metal itself. That is exactly what makes this particular 1971 penny extraordinary. Now, let's explore its composition. This was still the golden age of copper coinage. The 1971 cent was struck in the classic 95% copper and 5% zinc alloy, giving it weight, beauty, and a durability that modern zinc coins simply cannot match. But while most of those copper coins aged and disappeared, this one stands apart not just because of its survival, but because of what happened during its journey. That brings us to its unique features. This coin carries something truly bizarre, a mark, a lodged impression, a foreign element stuck into its surface. For most coins, flaws are a problem. But in the world of rare coin collecting, a unique anomaly is not a flaw at all. It's a fingerprint, a once-in-a-lifetime accident that transforms the coin into a true rarity. Imagine holding a penny and seeing not just Lincoln's proud profile and the Lincoln Memorial on the back, but also something unusual embedded in its design. That tiny detail, that mysterious addition, is exactly what makes this coin one of the most exciting pieces in the Lincoln series. Now, let's talk about rarity and demand. Most 1971 pennies are, frankly, worthless. They're common, they're plentiful, and collectors ignore them. But this one is a completely different story. Coins with unique anomalies, especially those authenticated and graded, are so rare that collectors will fight tooth and nail to own them. The supply is virtually non-existent, and demand only grows as word spreads about these special coins. Auction houses love them, collectors dream of them, and when one surfaces, it disappears instantly into the hands of a lucky few. And now, here comes the part that makes hearts stop: the current market value. This 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln cent, with something stuck behind it in very fine condition, has shattered expectations by reaching an astonishing $105,000. That's right, $105,000 for a single penny. And I promise you this is not myth, not fantasy, not exaggeration. This is the reality of today's numismatic market. And the most exciting part? Its value is climbing every day. With every auction, with every collector whispering about its rarity, the price inches higher and higher. This is no ordinary coin. This is a fortune, a treasure, a once-in-a-lifetime discovery waiting to change the destiny of its finder. Now for your collector's tip. Always pay attention to details. Don't just glance at the front and back of your coins. Study them. Examine the surfaces under good light. Look for anything unusual, marks, lodged impressions, or anything that doesn't belong. Most people overlook these anomalies, but you know better. Because sometimes, That little difference is exactly what separates an ordinary penny from a six-figure treasure. And when in doubt, always get it authenticated by trusted experts. That's how fortunes are made. And so we reach the conclusion. The 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is proof that accidents can become miracles. That mistakes can turn into treasures. That something as small as a lodged detail can elevate a penny from pocket change to a six-figure artifact of American history. This coin is not just copper. It is wealth. It is destiny. It is a living reminder that treasure hides in the smallest corners of our lives. And always remember, you are here with us at Rare Coin Secrets USA, your most faithful and trustworthy guide to the world of rare coins. Every single day we bring you fresh updates, real stories, and hidden treasures that others overlook. And as we approach the final coin in this incredible journey, prepare yourself because the last discovery might just be the most shocking of them all. My friends, we've traveled across decades, uncovered mysteries, and unlocked treasures that most people would never believe could exist in the form of a penny. And now, as we arrive at the final coin in today's jaw-dropping lineup, we step into the late 1980s, a time when the world was changing, technology was booming, and the Lincoln cent continued its quiet march through history. But hidden among those billions of coins lies a piece so rare, so mysterious, that it deserves its place as the grand finale. I'm talking about the 1988 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, carrying an old-world appearance, spotted with dark black marks that make it unmistakably unique, and certified in fine condition as one of the true treasures of the Lincoln series. Let's start with the history and background. By 1988, the copper era had already ended. The U.S. Mint had switched in 1982 to a cheaper copper-plated zinc composition, meaning coins like this one were born in a completely new era. Millions upon millions were struck, but nearly all of them ended up as common change, scratched, worn, and discarded. Yet among that ocean of pennies, this one stands out like a lighthouse in the dark. A survivor. A coin that carries scars of time, yet still shines with a beauty that collectors immediately recognize as extraordinary. Now, the composition. This 1988 penny is copper-plated zinc, but don't let that fool you. Its uniqueness doesn't come from its recipe, but from its survival and its individuality. After more than 3 decades, this coin has developed an old look, a natural patina that gives it an aura of age and dignity. And across its surface appear black spots, marks that to the untrained eye might seem like flaws, but to the seasoned collector represent the fingerprint of rarity. Each spot tells a story, each mark a reminder that this coin is one of a kind. Now, let's focus on its unique features. Most 1988 pennies look nearly identical, shiny at first, then dull and brown after years of circulation. But this one is completely different. The combination of its aged patina and its black surface markings makes it stand out from the rest of its generation. It's not just another penny. It's a penny with personality, a penny with a story written directly into its surfaces. In fine condition, it has survived the decades without being destroyed by wear, and those black marks have only made it more sought after by collectors who value individuality above uniformity. Now onto rarity and demand. Out of billions minted, almost none survive with this distinctive look and in this condition. That's what makes it so coveted. Collectors crave coins that break the mold, coins that are more than just money, but artifacts. When this type of 1988 no mint mark cent appears, it sparks excitement. Dealers chase it, collectors fight for it, and auction houses spotlight it. The demand is fierce because everyone knows, once this coin disappears into a private collection, it may never reappear in the marketplace. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the current market value. This 1988 no mint mark Lincoln cent, with its aged-old world look and its rare black surface spots, has stunned the auction world by commanding a staggering $88,500. Yes, $88,500 for a single penny. And let me be absolutely clear, this is not myth, not hype, not fiction. This is the truth of today's market. And the value? It's rising inch by inch, day by day, as collectors realize just how few examples like this exist. Whoever holds this coin isn't holding just copper-plated zinc. They are holding a fortune, a treasure chest, a piece of American history sealed forever in metal. Now here's your collector's tip. Pay close attention to your modern pennies. Too many people dismiss anything after 1980 as worthless, but that's a mistake. Always check the details, the surfaces, the colors, and the textures. Look for coins with unusual markings, with unique patinas, with features that set them apart. Coins like this one, old look, black spots, fine condition, can be the hidden treasures that transform your pocket change into life-changing wealth. The key is patience, knowledge, and never overlooking what others might ignore. And so we arrive at the conclusion. The 1988 no mint mark Lincoln cent is proof that rarity knows no era. It doesn't matter if a coin was minted in 1909 or 1988. If it carries uniqueness, survival, and demand, it transforms into a treasure beyond imagination. This coin is not just money. It is history, it is wealth, and it is proof that fortune hides in the smallest of places. And now, as we close this incredible journey through 8 of the most valuable, rarest Lincoln pennies of all time, remember this: treasure is real, and it's closer than you think. Every coin you touch could be the key to unlocking a fortune. And here at Rare Coin Secrets USA, you will always find the truth, the knowledge, and the fresh daily updates that guide you to those treasures. Stay faithful, stay curious, and keep searching, because the next penny you find might just be the one that makes you rich beyond belief. My friends, just when you thought the treasure map was complete, just when you believed we had uncovered the final secret, the story takes another shocking twist. Because there is still one more gem waiting in the shadows. A coin that many would overlook, but one that carries within it the power to stun collectors across the globe. Yes, we are about to uncover the 1985 Lincoln cent with the D mint mark, a coin that has survived the years with an old-world look, shaded in black from decades of circulation, and resting in fine condition as one of the most unexpected treasures of modern coinage. Let's start with the history and background. The year 1985 was a fascinating moment in American life. The Cold War was winding down, technology was booming, and every American pocket was filled with Lincoln cents. At the Denver Mint, the D Mint mark was stamped proudly onto billions of coins, each one sent into the hands of everyday people, never imagined to be rare or valuable. But that is exactly what makes this story so powerful, because among those billions, a chosen few emerged with unique qualities that elevated them to legendary status. Now, the composition. Like its cousins of 1980, this coin is made of copper-plated zinc. Yet, after nearly 4 decades in circulation, it has acquired a look that no ordinary coin could replicate. Its surface carries a black shade, a result of its long journey through thousands of hands, pockets, and decades of wear. That aged patina is not damage, it is character. It is what sets this coin apart, giving it the unmistakable aura of rarity. Next, its unique features. At first glance, someone might mistake this for just another Lincoln cent. But a closer look reveals the beauty in its survival. The sharp D mint mark, the details still visible in Lincoln's profile, and the rare blackened shading all combine to form a one-of-a-kind treasure. Coins like this stand out because they are not pristine museum pieces, they are survivors. And survival, in the world of numismatics, often commands more respect than perfection. Now, let's talk about rarity and demand. The truth is, 1985 Denver cents are everywhere, but not like this one. Not with this kind of distinctive patina. Not in this fine grade that preserves its details despite its long life. Collectors know that anomalies, old looks, and unique shades transform modern coins into treasures. Demand for these coins is surging, and every time one appears in the market, it sparks a wave of excitement. Collectors chase it. Auction houses highlight it, and private buyers whisper about it, eager to add it to their vaults. And now, the moment that will leave you breathless, the current market value. This 1985 D Mint Lincoln cent, in its old look with its dark black shade, has exploded in today's auction scene with a jaw-dropping price of $90,800. Yes, $90,800 for a coin most people would ignore in their pocket change. And let me be clear, this is no exaggeration, no fantasy. This is the living truth of the numismatic market today. And the best part? The value is climbing. As demand grows and supplies shrink, prices for coins like this will continue to soar, making every example a true treasure chest in miniature. Here's your collector's tip. Never underestimate coins from the 1980s. Too many people dismiss them as too modern to be valuable, but that's a mistake. Look closely. Check for mint marks, for unique patinas, for old looks and blackened surfaces that make them stand apart. The Denver Mint produced billions, but among them are treasures worth tens of thousands of dollars. Patience, persistence, and attention to detail are your keys to unlocking these hidden fortunes. And so we reach the conclusion. The 1985 D-Mint Lincoln cent proves that treasure doesn't just live in the distant past. It lives in the modern era too. It proves that wealth can be hidden in plain sight, disguised as an ordinary penny, waiting for the right eyes to discover it. This coin is not simply copper-plated zinc. It is a relic of fortune and a piece of American history that rewards those bold enough to believe. And remember, here at Rare Coin Secrets USA, we bring you these truths every single day, trustworthy, faithful, fresh updates about the hidden wealth sitting in coins most people ignore. So keep your eyes open, keep your hands steady, and keep searching because the next coin you find could be the one that changes your life forever. And now, for the grand finale, the final chapter in our journey through treasures hidden in plain sight. We step into the year 1982, a year that forever changed the Lincoln cent and a year that gave birth to one of the most shocking rarities in the modern coin world. 1982 was a historic year for U.S. coinage because it marked the transition from solid copper cents to copper-plated zinc. This meant that within that year, both metal types were produced, creating a confusing mix of varieties and opening the door to hidden treasures for collectors. But even among those varieties, few have captured attention like the 1982 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, covered with mysterious black spots, and surviving today in fine condition. Let's look at its history and composition. Struck during the mint's transition period, this penny embodies change itself. Billions were minted, yes, but almost all were ordinary. Yet this particular no-mint mark example stands out not just for its survival, but for the scars of time it carries. The black spots across its surface tell the story of circulation, of decades of travel through countless hands. It is not flawless, it is far more valuable than flawless. It is unique. Now, let's talk about its unique features. This is no common 1982 cent. The absence of the mint mark instantly sets it apart, making it far rarer than its counterparts. Add to that its distinctive surface, darkened by age, spotted with natural marks, and you have a coin that cannot be replicated. Collectors crave individuality, and this coin delivers it in full. Its rarity and demand are what push it into legend. Billions of 1982 pennies are out there, but how many without a mint mark, with these unique black surface marks, survive today in fine condition? The answer, almost none. And that's why, whenever one of these surfaces in the auction market, the competition is ferocious. Dealers, private collectors, and investors fight tooth and nail because they know treasures like this do not come around often. And now, the truth that will shake you, the current market value. This 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln cent, with its dramatic black spots and fine grade, has commanded a staggering $89,800. Yes, $89,800 for a single penny. This is not rumor, not hype, not fiction. This is reality in today's red-hot auction market. And the best part? Its value is rising day by day, like a treasure chest growing heavier with every passing moment. Whoever holds this coin doesn't just hold metal, they hold wealth, history, and fortune beyond belief. Here's your collector's tip. Never overlook coins from 1982. This was a year of transition, a year of variety, a year where rarities hide in plain sight. Always check for missing mint marks, unusual surfaces, and unique spotting. A coin that looks ordinary to the careless eye could be a once-in-a-lifetime discovery for the collector who knows what to look for. Patience, knowledge, and attention to detail. These are your tools for turning pennies into treasures. And in conclusion, this 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln cent proves that treasures aren't just found in the distant past. Even in the modern era, even in a coin most people would dismiss, true wealth can be hidden. This coin is living proof that your next great fortune might already be in your pocket. Outro, powerful and viral. And there you have it, my friends. The top 10 most valuable and ultra-rare Lincoln pennies. Each one a story of survival, history, and unimaginable fortune. From the early 1960s to the late 1980s, we've seen coins that prove treasure is real and it's closer than you think. Remember this, every coin you touch is a mystery waiting to be solved. Every penny you pick up could be the key to unlocking a treasure chest. And here at Rare Coin Secrets USA, I am committed to bringing you the truth, the faith, and the daily updates that guide you straight to those hidden fortunes. So, if you're ready to uncover more secrets, if you're ready to join a community of treasure hunters who believe in miracles hiding in plain sight, then hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and turn on the notification bell because tomorrow, I'll be back with another fresh revelation that could change your life forever. Until then, keep searching, keep believing, and never underestimate the power of a penny. Because the next one you find might just make you rich beyond your wildest dreams.